Kemal Ataturk in his own words a tribute in English to MUSTAFA. Kemal Ataturk in his own words a tribute in English to the founder of modern Turkey and one of the greatest leaders of 20th century * English translation based on Professor Talat Halman's 1992 presentation, Ataturk Alive, at the UN. There are two Mustafa Kemals. One is the flesh and bone Mustafa Kemal who now stands before you and who will pass away. The other is you. All of you who will go to the far corners of our land to spread the ideals which must be defended with your lives if necessary. I stand for the nation's dreams, and my life's work is to make those dreams come true. In order for honor, dignity, honesty, and humanity to take shape and to survive in a nation, it is essential for that nation to enjoy freedom and independence. In a country where there is no freedom, there is death and destruction. The foundations of the Ottoman state had come crumbling down. Time had run out on it. Ottoman lands had disintegrated. What remained was only an ancestral homeland in which a handful of Turks still found heaven. Under these circumstances, there could have been one decision alone, and that was to create a new Turkish state based on national sovereignty and unconditional independence. The heroic Turkish soldier of Anatolia has understood the significance of the battles of Anatolia and has fought for a new ideal. Unless the life of the nation faces peril, war is a crime. Turks are friends of all civilized nations. Culture is happiness through nature's highest gifts and yields. Culture will elevate the republic. The Turkish Revolution will secure the place we deserve in the civilized world. The new Turkish state is a people's government. It is the government of the people. If I had wanted to, I could have set up military dictatorship and governed the country through it. But all I had in mind was to help create a modern state for my nation. Following the military triumphs we have accomplished by bayonets, weapons and blood, we shall strive to win victories in such fields as culture, scholarship, science and the economy. The enduring benefits of victories depend only on the existence of an army of education. Life means strife and struggle. Success in life is possible only by means of absolute success in strife, which requires power and fortitude, both moral and physical. Personal freedom is sacred. One must work to protect it. But in so doing, the power and the authority of the state must not be destroyed. If the will of the state is done away with, there would be no power or means left to protect individual liberty. Our ideal is to raise the Turkish nation to the level she is worthy of among civilized nations, and to make the Turkish Republic far more powerful on its unshakable foundations, and to this end, to destroy the thought of tyranny. There are many countries, but a single civilization. In order to make progress, every nation must join this one civilization. The Republic wants new generations whose intellect is free, whose conscience is free, whose learning is free. Freedom is the mother of all progress and salvation. Freedom, equality, and justice all equally depend on national sovereignty. The Turkish Revolution is creative. It is work of patriotism with a lofty human ideal. This nation has never lived without independence. We cannot and shall not live without it. This country, under all circumstances, will become modern, civilized, and innovative. For our country, this is a matter of life. If a nation is deficient in art and lacks creative artists, it cannot have a full life. In the family of nations, the Turkish Republic wants to serve a useful, diligent, and peace-loving member. Government has two objectives. One is the country's defense, the other is providing for the nation's welfare. The government that can secure these is a good government. The one that cannot is a bad government. Whatever we see on the face of earth is the creative work of women. Women have not lagged behind men in science, scholarship, and culture. Perhaps they have even gone further ahead. Modern thought should find its inspiration in human rights and reaffirm that these rights are inalienable. Life means strife and struggle. Success in life is possible only by means of absolute success in strife, which requires power and fortitude, both moral and physical. Democracy provides for the free development of individuals and refrains from government activities, which might impede their economic freedom and private enterprise. The guiding principle of progress in a government is its ability to convince the nation about the government's power as well as its kindness. Never fear to speak the truth. Ideas can never be killed by force or violence. By artillery or rifle. The means that can best eliminate the dilemmas arising from freedom of the press is the freedom of the press itself. Being a great leader means that you will not show favoritism to anyone or deceive anyone, that you will perceive the nation's true ideals and march straight towards that objective. The cornerstone of education is an easy system of reading and writing. The key to this is the new Turkish alphabet based on the Latin script. We are adopting the new Turkish alphabet in order to better express your beautiful language. Our lovely, melodious, rich language will reveal itself through the new script. We are forced to save ourselves from symbols which for centuries kept our minds in their iron grip and baffled us. In order to raise our new Turkey to the level that she is worthy of, we must under all circumstances attach the highest importance to the national economy. No one is a nation's master. There can only be service to the nation. In some places I saw women who put a piece of cloth or a towel over their heads to hide their faces. When a man passed by they turned their backs or huddled on the ground. What is the meaning of such behavior? How can the mothers and daughters of a civilized nation adopt this bizarre manner, this barbarous posture? Such a spectacle makes a nation the object of ridicule. This must be remedied at once. I am not a dictator. It is said that I am powerful. Yes, this is true. There is nothing I want that I cannot achieve. I simply do not know to act coercively and ruthlessly. A dictator subjugates other people. I would rather rule by winning hearts than breaking hearts. As my moral legacy, I am not leaving behind any structure, any dogma, any frozen or set rule. My moral legacy is science and reason. Those who choose to accept me as their own after I am gone will be my moral heirs if they accede to the guidance of rationalism and science. It is alleged that we do not resemble the democracies or socialism or anything. Actually, we should be proud of bearing no resemblance, because we resemble only ourselves. Secularism brings to the citizens freedom of conscience and worship. Religion and faith are a matter of conscience. Everyone is free to act in accordance with the dictates of his own conscience. We are respectful of religions. All we are doing is to separate religious affairs from governmental affairs. The Republic of Turkey can never be the land of sheikhs, dervishes, disciples, and lay brothers. The straight and true path is the road to civilization. We have received our inspiration not from heaven or from the unknown, but directly from life itself. We are a nation without classes or special privileges. Our doctrine envisions a national struggle against imperialism, which seeks to annihilate us, and against capitalism, which wants to devour us as a nation. As clearly as I see the daybreak, I have the vision of the rise of the oppressed nations to their independence. Human society consists of two species, women and men. How could one segment of society go forward while the other segment is ignored? When half of the body remains chained to the ground, how could the other half rise to the sky? Peace is the most effective way for nations to attain prosperity and happiness. The major challenge facing us is to elevate our national life to the highest level of civilization and prosperity. The problem is not dying. It is to bring our ideals to fruition before we die. My worthless body will one day turn to dust, but the Turkish Republic will live and flourish forever. The youth of Turkey's future. Even in such circumstances, it is your duty to save the Turkish independence and the Republic. The strength you need is in the noble blood that flows in your veins.